2023 is the 30th anniversary of the Whitley Awards, and we wanted to mark this moment in our history with something really special. What could be better than an interview with our most distinguished trustee, Sir David Attenborough? Sir David generously agreed, but niftily turning the tables on our plan, he set just one condition. He himself would be asking the questions.
How has the conservation world changed in the last 30 years that you've been there amongst it?
Well, the conservation world has always been struggling with how to deal with the future. The imperative to set up the charity was looking ahead to the next generation. The birth of our 4 children, Ella, Honor, Josie and Ned, I felt I had to do something to protect what I could for their future.
You wanted to do something different. How did you go about sorting out what that would be?
Well, I thought that I should try and do something where the local people were involved, because I thought that they would be instrumental to long-lasting and sustained conservation success.
It would give me the jim-jam to think of setting up a trust worldwide. Where did you start?
I set up a system whereby I thought if we can transfer money to where the need is greatest, so that biodiversity is the highest, and then the money will go furthest. I thought that was a good starting point. And then I thought we have to find winners, and we wanted to make it an award to celebrate the work they're doing.
One of the key important things which your organisation has always highlighted is that the expertise is in the community, the local community.
That's absolutely right, that people look at the conservation world and they often think it's a broad conservation effort for species or for habitat, but at the heart of it are local communities, and our winners are embedded in their local communities, and they find answers which are perhaps not obvious to outsiders.
So they already had the knowledge. It wasn't us coming to tell them. They already knew.
They already knew half the answers, and making it an award, it increased their profile, giving them access to political circles they might not have had access to. So they moved from being regional leaders or local leaders to becoming national leaders, and eventually over time some of them have become international leaders.
You invited Princess Anne to be the patron when you were still quite young as an organisation.
Yes, she's been our patron since 1999. She's helped transform the charity. The picture of Princess Anne with our winners time and again is the front page news of the national newspaper of the country where our winners come from. She's never missed a single award ceremony over 23 years.
The award has created a sort of Freemasonry of experienced, successful conservationists worldwide who I know talk to one another.
Once you've won an award, you're part of our network of winners, and so we offer continuation funding. Conservation is that funny thing whereby the need is very, very urgent, but actually to succeed, it's got to be done on a sustained and long-term basis. Paula Kahumbu in Kenya, as a young scientist, we identified her as an absolute potential high flyer. We gave her an award. 5 years later, continuation funding. She's grown her charity. She's become the national voice of conservation in Kenya.
How did you raise the money in the UK? You must be very persuasive.
Well, the winners do the persuading. We see ourselves as a fuse box. So what we try and do is introduce our winners to our donors and our donors to our winners, and they forge a relationship as well. We're very light on our UK overheads. Donors can see value for money because they can see where their money is going and they can see the impact that's having.
And do they maintain the connection worldwide?
They do. They maintain the connection through us, and the donors have also gone through several generations themselves. So we have long-standing donors over 30 years whose children have now grown up, and they are also continuing the family donations through us. So we have a growing circle of donors who feel very connected.
It must be a marvellous thing to see the seed that you planted 30 years ago produce this great organisation, which now has a worldwide connection.
Over the 30 years now, we've funded 200 award winners working across 80 countries. So there is this network of winners who now reinforce each other, help each other, advise each other. We've grown from giving £15,000 a year to giving over £1 million a year, and now we've We've raised about £20 million. As we look ahead to the next 30 years, the future is the great challenge. And I want everyone to feel that they can do something about it, because I think the people feeling they can't do anything about it is a terrible feeling. I built a mechanism where I hope people can join in and participate and do something to try and turn it around. Having created these problems, working together is the only way to find a solution.
It's a marvellous thing to have done, and I congratulate you enormously on a wonderful achievement and a major, major worldwide effect from that thing that you thought about 30 years ago. Another 30 years, congratulations to you.
Well, thank you, Sir David. But may I also say that you were, perhaps unknowingly, but you were instrumental in the inspiration behind it.
It's an astonishing thing to have done, and I really do congratulate you unreservedly.
Well, thank you very much.